the most basic strategy in a business simulation game like Capitalism Lab. Probably the most basic business strategy is building a retail empire. I'm sure if any one of us thinks of big retail brands, immediately some of those brand names would pop up in our mind. If you ask Chat GPT, what are the biggest retail corporations owning retail stores? You will find in the answer of ChatGPT some names where you experience by yourself as an end user and customer the brand, like Walmart. I'm sure you will remember if you will travel for some time, or Amazon. Everyone knows Amazon even has some stores. Home Depot or Aldi Group is also a famous example. Today in our session, we will exactly do this. We will also build a retail empire in a business simulation game, like today, Capitalism Lab. Capitalism Lab simulates our real-life economy. So the player, you can apply and try out business strategies which you can see with well-known companies in real life. The game is based on Capitalism 2, which was released in late 2001. So it looks back on more than 20 years of improvements and enhancements. So what we have in front of us is a very mature game, very well balanced and with well thought through and balanced game mechanics. A business simulation game is a strategy game. This means it requires strategic thinking. We must define a strategy, which we will think will let us successfully accomplish our goals, but we also must take the correct decisions when executing the strategy to leverage on the benefits of the strategy. And this execution of the strategy we need for a retail empire, we will now simulate in a game like Capitalism Lab. To build a retail empire, the concept of the marketing mix, also known as the 4Ps, is a very helpful concept. And we will find this in the game of Capitalism Lab. When looking at the Wikipedia article for the marketing mix or the 4Ps, we will find them here. Product, price, place, and promotion. For product, I think this is very clear. It's very important what kind of product we sell, the features, design, quality, packaging, branding, and so on. In Capitalism Lab, a lot of this will be reflected in a quality score for a product. Secondly, price, very obvious, is very important too for our business as retail empire, building a retail empire. Setting the price means it will determine our profitability, which comes from the price minus the costs we have, and of course, how the competition sets the price point. And this also will determine the size of the market in terms of profitability to us. We'll see this later in the game. Of course, the place, we build retail stores. We should place them somewhere near where a lot of customers will appear and see and enter our stores. At the same time, where there are very specific retail types which get demand bonus. And thirdly, promotion, which is in Capitalism Lab a lot reflected in advertisement and branding, plays also a very important role, and we will take care of this later in the game too. So for now, we have already a basic concept we can follow to build a retail empire. So let's do so and start the game. This is the menu of the game. We will start a new game. We will start a custom new game. We'll set our corporate color to easy to spot and identify color on the world map. Our corporation name will be LP Corporation. In our environment, we will find 4 cities we will grant ourselves a very high startup capital so that we can invest in our stores for building the retail empire. We will start the game in the year 1990. We will have 12 competitors who will follow totally different, diverse set of strategies. We will see this later and probably experience the one or the other competitor also following the path of retailing. They will be have a moderate level of capital aggressiveness and so on. Also, we will see local competitors with a moderate level of competence, and very important to follow this route in our simulation, of course, we need consumer goods which can be sold in the city. If we don't want to produce them by our own, we can either acquire and buy them from our competitors or import them from overseas over seaports. And we will, in our environment, set 4 seaports per city. So in total, we will have 16 seaports. Each seaport has 4 products. We will have 1 seaport per city importing industrial goods, not so important for our retail empire. We will have constant import supply and a low import quality. So after a while, when competitors will provide their themselves produced products, we might have an opportunity also sell those products in our retail stores. With those settings, let's start the game. We have now the 2nd January of 1990. And as always, let's first look into our environment. As specified in the settings, we have 4 different cities. One city is the city of Boston with a population of 2.4 million inhabitants and a rather high real wage rate of 79. So we are looking at high prices here. We have the city of Beijing with 4.3 million inhabitants, which is quite big. A low real wage rate. This could be an interesting big market. However, the margin profitability could be low because prices will not be as high as, for example, in Boston. We have Warsaw with 1.5 million, an even lower real wage rate. This is very low, 35. And Lecce, 1.2 million real wage rate, also similarly high to Boston, 77. Having said that, it's always a good idea if we want to sell products to our end customers through our retail stores to start with the biggest market. This is Beijing. And let's see what we find there, what products we can sell in Beijing. As also we set this up in the game settings, we find here 4 seaports which import consumer goods. The first seaport imports yogurt, perfume, sport shoes, cigarettes. We have one with printers, leather wallets, jeans, and frozen lamps. We have one with lipstick, bed, toilet cleaner, and stuffed toy. And additionally, we have one with a toy racing car, a sweater, soap, and grape juice. And now we need to analyze this even closer before we will try to sell one of those products against the local competition in the city of Beijing. Very interesting would be products where we will expect a high margin. For example, a good like perfume. Perfume we can acquire from the seaport with the quality of 48, much higher than the city average, for a price of 11.38, whereas in city overall it is sold with more than $20, which means there should be a chance that we can enter the market here. The printer is a similar case where we will have a much higher quality than on city average and price, which leaves us an acceptable margin, I guess. Still probably a profitable product to sell in Beijing. We see here a bed we can sell. However, the spread between the quality from the seaport and the city average is not so high. Let's leave it for now. We have the toy racing car, which has an acceptable high quality actually. However, I'm not sure if this leaves us a high enough margin. So I think we will first start with perfume in Beijing. We have 4 million inhabitants, so this should be already a very good point. What we looked at from the perspective of the concept of the marketing mix, the 4Ps is the product, which is the first item of the 4Ps. We specifically looked for the quality, and this is much higher. So this puts us already in an advantageous position against the local competition. Secondly, we also looked at the price already, and we saw that there's a good spread, so probably a margin which will give us profits later on. But additionally, we also have the place and the promotion as part of the 4Ps. So before we look into the place and the store where we will sell the perfume, let's go for the promotion. And this is advertisement. And this in Capitalism Lab is mostly reflected in the brand and the brand awareness. So we will, of course, invest a lot in our brand awareness. How to do so? We should first establish our own brand. And for this game, building a retail empire, we will follow the path of an, let's set it here, corporate brand strategy, a single brand covering all products. So all of the investments we put into the brand awareness will be reflected in all products we will sell. To really make use of the brand, we of course need to label the product with the brand. So we will build here, just right in front of the seaport. Not possible here. We need to put it here. And warehouse where we first get the product, then relabel it to our own corporate brand. We will store it and distribute. For the input, we decided to go with the perfume. Let's start to store it in the warehouse. We will reduce the margin for the warehouse. We will only allow internal sales, so none of our competitors can actually buy the perfume to this price from our warehouse and then sell in the city. We will leave this to us with our own brand. And now, since perfume is cosmetics with a market of 2 million in Beijing, we will look for a special retail store which probably gives us a demand bonus on cosmetics. We have a cosmetic store we can take. It comes with low monthly cost, but at the same time has a demand bonus. So this looks good already. Of course, a discount mega store. No, this is not working. A department store would also work, which has a higher flexibility in the product sold, but does not come with this interesting demand bonus. So we will go for the cosmetic store. And let's now, after thinking of the promotion, let's look into the last item of the 4Ps. This is the location, the place. And now we will, of course, move close to the CBD and by set up a cosmetic store with a high customer traffic index so that we have a high probability that customers actually sees our store and enter our store. This is 51, already very good. Let's see if we find a better place. 42, 51 also. 69, this is great. 69 looks good. I think we won't find a better item. 45. Let's take the 69 one. We will purchase and sell into sales units. And of course, not to forget, we will advertise our sold product. Now what we see here is all the products we can sell, which can be imported in the current city from our seaports. And we see already that even soap and lipstick could be sold here. We will, of course, choose the LP Corporation perfume from our own warehouse. So we'll switch to warehouse only, not to all suppliers, but to ourselves. We will now distribute it to our cosmetic store and let's set a good price. The cost plus freight cost is in total 13.40, which is way below the city overall price. So we have margin we can spend on improving our overall product rating. What we see now here in the retail store is actually the combination of the 4 Ps, the end result of the 4 Ps. We see that our brand is not established yet. We need to invest in our brand by linking our advertising unit to media firm. We will now set the monthly spending to 100K, not investing too much and overcommitting. We will have a higher quality, as we already saw this, that Seaport can provide it with much higher quality. And we will now set the price in a very attractive location and close to an area where we have a lot of customer traffic. We will now set the price so that in the mix of the 4 Ps, because the price is what we can mostly influence here in this case, in this location, and this step of our supply chain, to have a better overall rating than the city average. Let's try a very attractive price. This is still not enough. We'll go for this price. Yeah, so still we have a margin, but it's significantly lower than the city overall average price. Why it is lower? Because despite the quality advantage we have, the brand rating is much higher. So this also means that we now need to invest significant money into our brand so that we will soon see brand awareness going up and therefore catching up with the city average, and we can sell at higher prices, increase our margin, and have higher profitability by selling this product. Let's try it out. Do customers actually buy it? Yes, we see that customers buy it already on 7th of January. We sold 21 units. This is, of course, a very low number compared to what we'll see later on, but also shows that customers enter our store and buy our product. That's good for now. What we saw is that not only perfume is available at the seaports, but we also have lipsticks available, also cosmetic product which has an acceptable higher quality. However, this will not compensate for the brand. It means that our margin will suffer a lot in the beginning. And I saw soap. Let's check soap. Soap has much higher quality, and this is in the range where it will compensate brand. Probably this is interesting too. Let's check the market sizes for lipstick and soap and then decide to invest. For soap, the market size in Beijing is 3 million. Those are body care products. And for lipstick, this should be also cosmetics. Yes, exactly. It's 7 million in total and a little bit below 3 million for Beijing. So similar to soap. Let's start with soap and let's see how it works out. We will again establish a warehouse directly in front of the seaport. We will label, store, and distribute. We will set the margin of the warehouse to a very low number. And then from here, we will distribute it to our store. We'll sell it on a different floor. Purchase it and sell. Let's see how much we need to go below. No, let's choose this price. And again, let's invest into advertisement. This time we will choose the newspaper publisher. We will go for roughly the half. So here to have a little bit better control. Let's check whether this goes. So soap demand seems to be there. Yeah, quantity increases. And the same we will do also with lipstick. Where is it? Here it is. We of course reduce the margin of the warehouse. It's only for internal sale. And then go back to our cosmetic store. And on the third floor, start selling the lipstick. Here it is. It arrived in the store. And now we need to set the price so that we can actually compete. This will be a low margin here. Very low margin. Let's see. We need to quickly establish our brand. I think this is the only way we can make profits. So here in this store, we are now selling perfume, soap, and we are selling lipsticks to end consumers. And our main costs we will have here for sure are at the moment advertisement costs. We have a brand rating of 0 for a corporation brand and need to set a low price to still have a high over rating and increase demands in our store. And we see already that for perfume, but also for soap and for lipstick, we gained some market share in the first month since setting up our company on 2nd of January until the 1st of February, we could already gain some market share, which is good. We did a revenue of 230, however, big losses at the moment due to a lot of investments in our brand for the city of Beijing. Before extending our business as of our retail empire, let's look into what our competitors do. Do we have competitors here? We see here is an electronic store selling a camera. Where does the camera come from? It comes from a factory from Warsaw. Okay. We have an R&D center. Anything else we find here? Maybe we can check for consumer goods. As trade all companies in Beijing. So we have an air conditioner available. We have no factories at the moment in Beijing. So nothing we can buy at the moment from the production, from factories of our competitors in Beijing. Let's see if we find another interesting product. We want to set up cells for the printer. This could be interesting. This would mean that we need to establish an electronics store. Yeah, let's do so. The quality of the printer is high enough from my perspective. Also, we have a high enough margin, so it's worth trying it out. So now first establish a warehouse just in front of the seaport. And again, label it with our own brand, store it, and sell it. Set printer. Let's do this. Printers arrived, were relabeled. We'll set for internal sale for the warehouse the margin, of course, to a very low number here. And then printers are product class computer. Have a market of 3 million, which is good. Yeah, similar to the other products we looked into. And we have now the option to either build up, no, not either. You will use a computer store because it comes with a specialty store demand mode bonus. And look into where in the CBD we have enough customer traffic that we think that we can establish this. This one's 45. We have already one computer store here, by the way. Let's check this later. Probably just established. This is our cosmetic store. What about right 57 here next to the building? The competitor is set up. That's good. Not so close to the actual CBD, but seems to be a good location. The land is not available, however. So why? No, because it's overlapping with the golf course. What about this one? It's only 12, 27, not enough space here. 42. We need to find a good place, as we know that this is very central for our business. It's one of the 4 Ps. We set it up now, and we will purchase, sell it, and of course, advertise it. We'll advertise here. We'll take it from our warehouse. It arrived already. And set a price so that we can compete. Should not be too difficult, so this looks very good. So we are selling now our product. Let's advertise a little bit more, 200. Yeah, so the business will grow. So this computer store, of course, only selling a printer, having high monthly spending on advertisement on radio. Will take some time until it gets profitable, but let's see. We have a good margin here of more than $100 due to the high quality of the product and the low quality of the city average. So I think this makes sense to continue. So having this set up, we invested now 50 million of our initial capital of 500 million. So there's still a lot of capital left to also invest into other cities. Let's now check again on our world map. But before do so, let's also double check what we see here in the computer store. There's a competitor, Compass Point, building a computer store, selling computers, not very successfully, and also mobile phones seems not very successfully. They did not sell any unit until now. The price is much too high, I guess. And we can check where they get it from. The computer comes from a factory in Warsaw, and also the camera. The mobile phone, not the camera, sorry. Mobile phone comes from a seaport in Nietzsche. Okay, we will not do such crazy stuff. We will first go city by city and then see what is possible. Let's next move on to Boston. Also a large population, so potentially high market size. And let's check what our seaports are importing. We have television. We have leather bag and leather briefcase. Could be interesting. We have a watch, cold pills, chair, hair color, tissues. Hair color is cosmetics, so we could actually also sell this in Beijing. So this could be interesting, and vice versa. The only topic we have with Beijing and Boston, huge distance between both. So it will have some kind of not too less transportation costs. We need to try it out. At least importing it from Beijing to Boston with a high weight rate and probably higher price. Let's check again. For example, in Boston, we sell it for $25 in the case of hair color. When we look into cosmetics, perfume, in Beijing, we are selling it $24. In Boston, we are selling it. Currently, we can probably sell it with a higher price. Perfume, we can try. Let's try to go with cosmetics. This seems to be interesting. For hair color, we will now first of all establish again a warehouse to label it with our own brand we will acquire it, label it, store it, distribute it. So it seems like we are going into the direction of a retail empire around cosmetics, which is fine. Now we have stored hair color in our warehouse in Boston. We'll set for internal selling the margin, of course, for the warehouse to a very low price, only $10. And then let's look for an attractive position for our cosmetic store. Actually, it's the first time that I go into cosmetics. This will be a very interesting session today. 57 looks good. What else do we find? 57. Let's take the spot. For the place, it's not only important to think from the perspective of customer traffic index, but also any space we take for our own retail stores is blocked for competitors. This means that it may even in a certain point in time in the game, when we invested in products, we are selling products, we need to think of how to reserve the best customer traffic spots for ourselves. Maybe just simply add another retail store, the same kind, same type, to a certain interesting spot, knowing that we already have a high market share, but blocking it so that not competitors come, put in their own stores and sell the same product, so attacking us with our market share. We have now here this location in Boston built a cosmetic store. We need to, of course, again invest into advertisement. First of all, let's set a price. We need to be much more aggressive to get an overall rating, which is interesting for our customers. Still the high brand we have in the city. This hurts us. Yeah, let's try this. This is just $1 and a few cents higher. And we will invest a lot of money into our brand now to sell hair color. And let's now additionally try to sell products we already branded in a different city, in Beijing, in the product class of cosmetics, and sell it also in Boston, so that we a little bit make use of synergies. So we'll now add another floor, add the purchasing unit to sales unit as normal, and an advertisement unit. We will invest in advertisement a lot in the beginning to establish our brand. And now we will not only look into our current city, we will also look into what we can import from Beijing, our warehouses here. We have perfume, which comes with the low transportation costs, lipstick with low transportation costs, even so with low transportation costs. So what holds us back? Nothing. Let's sell lipstick first. Now arrived in Boston, and we need to set again a very attractive price, need to reduce a lot. Still not enough. Not enough at all. Now coming closer to the overall rating which our customers will expect. Yeah, we'll actually not really sell it with margin. 50 cents for now. This will not be good in the beginning. We will probably need a long time of investments into our brand to come up with a better price if we still will choose the supplier for lipsticks and sell those lipsticks. Maybe after a while we will find a competitor who produces lipstick with a higher quality, then we can sell it and switch, or we will achieve such of a high brand rating that we will soon come to a better overrating, increase the price. Let's see if this works. Yeah, immediately the demand rises. The price is so attractive with only $11 that we will have a very high demand. So what we can think of, already seeing here that we have a high demand, to fully set up this floor, small purchasing and sales units, expecting that this will ramp up a lot. Let's see. Okay, this worked. And besides lipsticks and hair color, actually we see here already, due to the very attractive price, it's half of the city average. Also here we face the same situation, that at the moment our sales units simply cannot satisfy the demand of our customers. Let's directly scale. Yeah, that's it. And now add perfume. This time we will already set it up, expecting that this will work well. Again, we will have an advertisement unit, and again we will choose this time this one, investing 200K here. Choose this one. We will now link to perfume. And of course, again, we will need to reduce the price. Looks like this time we will expect a much better margin. Much better margin. Yeah, I am sure that the customers will come to the store and ask for a lot of perfume soon. The price is not half of what we have in the average. So this means actually we will have a much higher margin now with $10, which is acceptable. Still a better overall rating. We will invest in the brand. Let's see what happens. What else can we do in the city of Boston? And sell again furniture. Furniture as interesting, usually interesting, comes with interesting margins, but furniture has a very important limit if we look from the perspective of economies of scale. Economies of scale always target in leveraging on synergies, distributing the total costs we have for a product on maximized output so that we have cost advantages, can increase margins, or go into the market where it's a very low price, still having a margin and still acting in a profitable area. However, for furniture, the economy of scale has a very close limit. Furniture usually is very expensive to transport to other markets which are not very close by. So in Capitalism Lab, this means furniture we can sell in the city itself with acceptable transportation costs, with an acceptable margin, a profitable business model. However, distributing it to other cities will have such high transportation costs due to the weight, due to the bulkiness of the product, that it will eat up all of the cost advantages, it will eat up all of the margin, probably even result into that we have a price which is out of competition in the local market, so will not be really an option. So that's why in this case of building a retail empire, will not look into furniture. For true income and tissues, let's leave this for now. This comes with very low prices. Probably if we sell a lot into the market, this will make sense. At the moment, we are more looking into the high margin products. Watch could be one type, or drugs could be a type. Watches are probably something which can be easily be also shipped to other cities. The transportation costs per unit should not be so high. A leather bag and leather briefcase, probably we can sell in the same shop as watches. Let's check later. We have a refrigerator, a television. Let's check for briefcase. So we see higher quality, definitely. The briefcase is leather goods. No, I didn't want to check this. Also have a leather bag. Could also be an interesting option for Boston. Also, the leather bag is a leather good. Let's check where we can sell leather goods in a leather store with a specially store demand bonus. This could make sense. This definitely makes sense. We should do that. Watches are sold in a watch store, of course. Jewelry in watch store. But at the moment we are not looking into any other product type of watch or jewelry. So let's first go for the leather store. This looks interesting. So what we again looked into is from place perspective, what we can offer in a good location. And then from product perspective, what about the quality and the potential spread we have here between city average price and what we need to sell from importing the product. This looks good. So all 4 P's covered. Let's go with this one. We will build first one warehouse and then later on, of course, the second one. Input, label, store, output. We will from the current city, seaport, first of all, take the leather back. Here it is. We will reduce, of course, the margin for internal sale from our warehouse to a very low amount. Just cover costs, probably cover the cost after a while. And then let's set up a leather store. In an attractive position. I think I also never set up a leather store before, so this 42, here this looks interesting, 60, 45, 60. Yeah, let's set up our leather store here. Again, advertisement is very important. We need to invest into our brand. We will first link to this one, increase, double the monthly spending. This hurts us, of course, a lot. It will take a lot of time until we get profitable, but still it's worth trying, building our retail empire. Price point must be much better. We need to compensate with price. This is the average branding, which we cannot hold. However, quality is already better. This is too low, right? Yeah, let's try it this way. And we will start selling now. And we see that customers enter our store and buy the leather bag. And we will do the same with the leather briefcase. Input, labeling, storage, output. This one. There it is. Set the margin for internal sales from the warehouse to our retail stores to a lower number. Approximately. And now we can sell it just in the setup leather store on an additional floor. By the way, what is interesting to know, probably if you are playing the Capitalism Lab base game, we have not seen the stores, floors in the retail stores. This is a feature which really makes sense and which I like a lot because you can sell more in one store, but was only added with a subsidiary DLC. So if you want to have this feature, it's not sufficient to own the base game. You also need to acquire the subsidiary DLC to have this feature. While we are not playing with any other feature coming from this DLC, nor activated in this game, we will just use this one. Briefcase, we will advertise the newspaper publisher, invest a little bit more. Here we have it. We'll now reduce the price so that we catch up. This is very good. We should ramp up really quickly. Yeah. So we have now in the city of Boston, which is the second largest city from perspective of number of inhabitants, we have a leather store. We sell from the seaports in the city a leather bag and a leather briefcase. It looks well. Yeah, we will have a very profitable leather store here very soon. We also have set up a cosmetic store. We sell hair color, we sell lipsticks, and we sell perfume here. We see that the sales go up. We are investing a lot into advertisement, so this will actually hurt our operational expense a lot, and it will take a long time until we are running into profitability. However, we see already in a couple of days the brand rating increases to the brand of 1. So having reached this milestone on 13th of March 1919, we will now save the game. Please never forget to save the game. It's easy to get lost in Capitalism Lab, get really focused and drowned by this environment with tremendous business opportunities and options to build up a successful corporation. But however, if you have a power outage, your laptop battery runs low or whatever, due to whatever reason, the game is quit and you have not saved the progress, you will lose a lot of time. Retail empire. What you also see here, what you, let's say, don't see in this game and this scenario, despite two other strategies we also had already in other streams, is that we are not investing into research and development. Why? Research and development is investment in your production technology. Since we are not producing goods, we are just labeling goods and we are retailing goods. We don't have any production facility and we do not take care of production technology. This is the advantage of this strategy to build up a retail empire. The advantage is the research and development needed, no production facilities needed, no natural resources needed, which come with a huge investments. However, also we just have the option to sell in our own retail stores. Yeah, and our margin is purely a very simple calculation between selling price and costs of the product. This is all we can get from selling the product, nothing more from the supply chain. And additionally, our investments will go into locations and cities which are hopefully coming with high customer traffic index and increasing customer traffic index. What we see here, folks, is an electronics store. Not bothered by this one. Okay, good. Since branding will be very important for our retail empire, if we go the route that we relabel all of the imported acquired product from seaports, later maybe even from our competitors' factories, there needs to be a lot of investment and micromanagement of our brand. And to get relieved of this a little bit, I always like to establish a company headquarter, hire a capable CMO, and let the CMO do the brand management. And this is what we will do. We will choose the city of Boston to build our headquarters. We will set it up somewhere between two CBDs. This will increase in this area the customer traffic index, and probably will soon we'll get new interesting spots with high customer traffic index for our own retail stores. Makes sense, right? So let's take this location. This one will be interesting also soon. And we will set it up with all units. Later on, we will also make use of the other units in our headquarters, probably pay us a salary. At the moment, we won't do. We will set the training level. By the way, I always do this setting to the highest value in the beginning of the game. We want to increase efficiency of our units very quickly because at the moment our cost structure is not working out. We are losing already year to date, not the first quarter even of this calendar year completed, already 3 million. So that's why efficiency gains are very essential. We are the CEO. We don't pay ourselves now a salary, and we will now hire a CMO and give the CMO instructions how to manage our brand. Let's see who's available on the market of potential CMOs. What are our candidates? We will sort them by marketing expertise. We have Olivia Davis with the marketing 100, rating of 100. This is very interesting. And actually, let's try to hire her. Olivia Davis. Go back to our headquarters, look for candidates, take Olivia and hire as Chief Marketing Officer. He is asking for an annual salary of 3 million. So this will actually needs to be compensated by our sales. This is a huge investment in a person. We will look for very high target brand rating, and I'm expecting that advertising costs will rise very quickly. Probably we will soon, in the further course of the game, after stabilizing our retail empire, look into establishing our own media firm so that we can actually get some of the spec which we'll invest. There she is. And will now take care of advertisement. I will not set this any longer. Let's get back to the city of Beijing, where we meanwhile see that competitors got aware of what we already identified. We have a computer store where we are selling printers since very short time, sales increase. So let's continue this. Interestingly, two of our competitors established a computer store, also one selling printers, however, not very successfully. The price much too high. None of the customers will buy it from Beta Corporation for this price. We sell it for 240 and our competitor tries it with 289. Seriously, this will never gonna work, but we need to be cautious. I'm sure that Quentin Knight, as acting CEO of the Beta Corporation, will soon identify that the price is too high and go lower the price and probably wants to start a price competition. Let's see how this goes. We have from Compass Point, computer and camera sales. This seems to work well. However, the quality of the computer is very low. This is not interesting for us. Quality of the mobile phone is high. This is probably something we want to look into. The mobile phone is supplied by a seaport in Nice. The freight costs are $8. With the mobile phone, we can diversify the store. At the moment, we are purely relying on printers, and we see already that another competitor is here active. Let's go later on to Nietzsche and check the seaport out. Here we have a cosmetic store, which is increasing revenue now. We sell perfume, soap, and lipstick. We also see that our sales departments, sales units are almost fully utilized and demand is still higher. We see this for lipstick and perfume, not so much for soap, but since this is increasing, soon we will see this. Let's add capacity to each store so that we scale our business. Perfume. It's not a very high investment. We already bought the store, the land. We pay for advertisement. Good. Is this working? Yes, it's working. When you do that, always check also not only in your supply chain, the utilization and the sales units as bottleneck. Also look into the one step earlier, one step backward in your supply chain, potential bottlenecks. Within Retail Empire, we don't have a long supply chain. It's just one more warehouse doing the labeling and then of course the supplier. If the supplier provides enough volume and the labeling unit is not a bottleneck, then of course we can just scale. We can double check. I saw this already, but we will double check. For perfume in our warehouse, we see that we already stored a significant amount here. So this will for a long time not be an issue. For printer, we store lipstick, we store soap, we store even more. What comes to my mind is that in Boston, we are also successfully selling hair color at the moment. Why not importing this product from Boston to Beijing? We have a cost of $10.20 hair color in a warehouse in Boston. In Beijing, it's sold for $20. It has in Beijing even it's the same quality and a lower brand rating, so this could work to sell also hair color in Beijing. We can try this. However, as we are already fully utilizing all of our floors, For the other three products, this means that we would need to establish an additional cosmetic store, sell some of those products also in this cosmetic store, and also sell hair color. We see that we have a high demand for perfume. Soap is not working out so well, and we actually see also that the margin is low. Lipstick is even lower. It's not even 10%, right? We will go for perfume, soap, and then hair color. Let's do that. We have a lot of money left. We now invested 120 million of our initial capital of 500 million. So still we can invest, and also keep in mind that there's also scaling in retail. Yeah, if you have a higher presence at different places, you can even sell more. We'll now set up a cosmetic store. We will set it up in a different location with still high customer traffic index. This is 51. This looks interesting. Now, to not always being in need, this is just a small hint or tip for you. Not always be in need to set it up manually and click into all of the units. You can store predefined, user-defined layouts, and we will make use of this one. For advertisement, we will just link to randomly, and Olivia will take care of this. We said that we will go for perfume. We will go for soap. Do nothing, then just link everything. And then on the third floor, we will go with hair color. Let's see if we get it to the customers in Beijing. Our hair color is an overall rating which is much too high. We have, interestingly, not too much freight costs, so we can lower our price a lot. I think this was a very good idea. We will now be more approximately 25% of our price below the city average. Still have high quality, already one brand rating, already 1 point. You see how slowly it increases. Marketing is expensive. And let's see if sales will go up. Yeah, you are selling now. So this looks good. So we established actually now in Beijing not only one cosmetic store, two cosmetic stores, still growing in capacity, retail capacity in our retail empire. For the printer we sell in our computer store, we said this is risky. One computer store which should get profitable by just selling one product, this will not work out. And that's why we now see what our competitors do. And we identified that we could have an opportunity with mobile phones. Mobile phones coming from the chip. Let's go there and check the C ports. Not here. Here we have jewelry. Could also be an interesting point for us. We have a washing machine. Probably too bulky to export. And we have the camera phone and a hi-fi system. The mobile phone has an acceptable quality rating. We see low price in the port, so let's build a warehouse here. Yeah, we will build this expensive, right? Never mind. We'll have an input, a labeling, storage, and an output. We will, from the C ports, acquire, where is it? The mobile phone and relabel it. It is. Of course, again, reduce for the internal sales, the margin. And now go back to Beijing into our computer store. Choose one randomly. Purchase, not from seaports, from all cities, the mobile phone. Here it is. So we have a mobile phone, which costs us $134 to arrive here. We have already a competitor. This will get interesting. And a too high price point. To actually capture market share. This should be fine. Yeah, and this is working well. Good. So we are now also selling a mobile phone here. Okay. Advertisement budget just Olivia increased to the maximum. Let's see how this goes. So basically, we already emerged into two big cities of this environment, and we invested in cosmetics, computer, and leather goods. Let's also again do the same. Let's look into Boston, what we sell here, how we sell in the leather store. Seems to increase. And now check whether there's an opportunity from Boston to distribute to Beijing and also sell in a leather store in Beijing what we already sell in a leather store in Boston. So we need to remember that our costs are around 120 and there will be a little bit higher price due to the freight cost from Boston to Beijing. It's a long distance, remember. In Boston, the market size is 4 million. We are selling at more than 300. In Beijing, it's a lot less. Yeah, it's a lot less. It's 230. Still, this could be an interesting margin. We can try this. Also, the market size is similar. We have more inhabitants, but the price is lower. The quality, local quality is same. But the brand in Beijing, the brand rating of leather bands is much higher. We have 32 here. This will be hard. This is much higher. Not sure if we take this. Probably will go to Nietzsche with this one. Yeah. Does not make sense in Beijing. The brand rating is too high, and our brand is not that high at the moment. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Very low price, much lower price, and brand rating higher. This does not make sense. Let's check for the briefcase. Always check the 4Ps in retail, especially if you establish a retail empire. Always check the 4Ps for Boston compared to Beijing. Yeah. Also, the price difference is too high. Let's go to Nietzsche and establish, though the market is significantly lower. Let's also establish a leather store there. Seems like there are high prices for leather products here. We will just establish directly here a leather store. Let's find a good spot. I see. This 133, not good enough. 54. 54, this is good. That is. And we will now, I think this will work out. I have a gut feeling that this will work out, so we will go full scale. First go with the leather bag. Here it is, the leather bag. Yeah, it already with the default setting, it already has an better overrating. We'll just let it stay as that and set up. Not waste time and too much micromanagement. Set up another briefcase and sell it here. So for the leather briefcase, also already the default setting is fine, and sales now will go up. This will take time. As we see, the customers slowly adapt. Yeah, the price is better. Still, they don't know the brand, so it takes a while until it goes up. You see already that Olivia reacted to the situation, investing a lot into the brand. Let them do their work. So as we also have a mobile phone here, let's check if we also have a trend for printers. A printer we have in Beijing in our computer store. We are selling it here. The printer for us, when we purchase it, comes with $90. $11 freight cost. This will go up a lot. So we have 100. Let's check whether still this could be an attractive option. The price is $100 higher. The quality is also higher and the brand is higher. This will be tough. Market is not too high. It could be tough. Competition. We'll try anyway. Let's think big. Let's also try a computer store. We see already one here. Successful with mobile phones. Well, there will be a competition. Compass for Compass Point now. Retail store. A computer store. And let's see where we can build it. We have chosen, by the way, a corporate brand strategy. The corporate brand strategy means that everything we sell under the same brand. And of course, it is somehow difficult to understand for our customers why we sell computer products under the same brand name as leather products and cosmetics. Those are completely different product classes, and this is a challenge for Olivia, our CMO, of course. We need, I think, a lot of brand investment now to actually leverage on the synergies. What would be another option instead of doing this? We could, if this does not work out, go to range brand. Range brand is a compromise between having one brand for each product and having one brand for all products of the corporation. Range brands will establish one brand per product line. This could make sense as we have so many different product classes now in place. Computer, cosmetics, leather. Difficult to understand for a customer what we stand on. For as a brand, you can imagine that you by yourself would probably also be confused. Let's check whether we will change the brand strategy, but first of all, let's now establish our computer store. 33 could be good. So first of all, the phone. So we have already a competitor, we knew that. Let's leave it like that. Does it work? Yeah, it works. Then also the printer. It arrived. Yeah, but the price is not very attractive. You see here that we have 200% margin at the moment, and it's overall rating higher than for the city average. I think printer will make us very happy. Printers will make us very happy. Yeah. So now let's finish the month of April. Let's see how printers sales go up quickly. We have now the 1st of May. And let's have a look in our financial figures. We should, as a CEO, always know our financial figures. We did not do this for too long now. So let's start with the figures in our income statement for year to date. We have an operating revenue of 20 million. This is good. We invested 200 million in our retail empire. We already got year to date 20 million of operating revenue. Not too bad. It's fine. We can build on this. We have very high cost of sales, which eats up almost all of this revenue. And additionally, we spent a lot on advertisement. This is our second highest position and accounts for half of what we actually have in operating revenue. This is a lot. This is too much. Yeah, we need either increased revenue a lot or decrease advertisement and PR expenses. The operating profit is deep in red figures. We have lost also money in our asset values. This I'm not so concerned. This will impact our net profit. However, we are first of all managing operating revenue, operating expenses, and this does not work out. If we look into advertisement, we see that Olivia set up already a lot of our advertisement units to maximum investments. Does this make sense? We see that the brand rating improves already a lot. The brand rating moved from 0 just 4 months ago to now in Boston already 24, Beijing 15, Egypt already 11, Warsaw 0 because we have no business there. I think this is fine. Let's not change it. Why change now to a range brand? Because as I explained, it's difficult for a customer to understand that one brand incorporates such different product classes at the same time. We see that it works. And if we change the brand strategy now, we will lose this brand rating for the huge investment. Always remember, already invested year to date 11, almost 12 million into our brand. Let's not lose this. With a significant higher brand rating, let's always also check our price positioning. So I'm sure that our overall rating of products will now grow a lot. We have in our mind memorized that exactly in Beijing we had very small margins, and now with such of a better brand we can do a slight price increase, I think. Let's try this. We need to increase prices over time now. Let's not do too fast and too quickly because this will, of course, cause negative reactions with our customers. The store goes actually very well. In revenue, we are already reaching 2 million since we are actually also investing so much in advertisement. All of this goes to media firms. Our second store is now also increasing rapidly revenue. We'll also do a price increase here. Medium price increase, not cause too much damage to our existing business. For printers, we see that we are catching up. No reason for price increase. Also for mobile phones. Let's scale our sales. Always remember, this is where you need to look most in Retail Empire. Do you have enough sales capacity? Because you will not earn money with anything else, simply just by sales. Yeah, that's good. And this way we can go ahead. Let's check our competitor. We have for printers and mobile phones. The brand rating is very, very low at the moment. It's 0 for Beta Corporation, so not really at the moment, not really point of concern. However, now we get in an area where Beta Corporation does something really irrational. They are selling the printer for $162, actually having cost of $235. This will bring them in negative margin area with a huge negative margin and will, with each unit sold, increase their losses in the store. Why should a competitor do that? Also for mobile phones, by the way. They want to capture market share from the competitors. They want to drive competitors out of the market. In very short time, they will accept this, drive competitors out of the market, and then rapidly, in very short time, again increase prices when competitors gave up selling mobile phones or printers. Of course, we won't do, because what we see here, this rating of 49 is actually bought with a high price, high price. We are going a different route. We are investing in our brand. We have a higher overrating at a much higher price at the moment for mobile phones and also for printers. So not concerned by that. An option for us could be, as we have a good brand positioning at the moment, an option could be to sell also from our warehouse to competitors so that they can sell the products to their own profit in their stores. We will not do that because our warehouse is doing, remember, a very small margin so that we have a higher margin and higher degree of flexibility in pricing in our retail stores. If we do this, we will crash our business model. Don't do that at all. So here we also see similar situation with the competition. And let's check our leather store. Oh, I think this goes good. This is fine. Nietzsche. And in Boston. Yeah, we see here leather briefcase. Much. Fully utilized sales. Not catching up with the demand. This is the time where we definitely need to scale our operations. Why so? Our overrating increased a lot since our brand rating increased also a lot. This is a very good point. And also here we should increase prices moderately. The overrating difference spread is very high. This allows for better margin. Of course, this will harm our business. Customers will get annoyed. Definitely will get annoyed. For the cosmetic store, I see similar impact effect. If a much, let's increase prices, this is probably too much. Annoy a little bit. Our customers, but we definitely need to increase our margin. This one is good. Can make more out of it. Yeah, we will do so constantly over time. Also for Boston, we could now invest into another cosmetic store. It seems like that our demand is very, very high for perfume, for lipstick, also for hair color. We did not even capture all of the market. We keep increasing prices. Very nice market positioning in Boston. So with that, I think we already set the foundation for our retail empire. It looks like we can keep our competition small. They're already trying irrational pricing, which we will not follow at all. We have a very capable CMO taking care of our brand, and we have a clear route forward. Deliver, establish more computer stores, more cosmetic stores, and potentially, if there's an opportunity, need to check leather stores in the other cities and scale our business, make use of our good brand rating. Corporation brand is very nice here now, nicely going, and also making use of our specialty demand bonus of the stores. Especially, we look into our cash, which we still have on our bank account. We have 300 million left, so a lot we can invest into nice locations and covering the four P's: high quality rating, good brand position, good price, we still have an acceptable margin or good margin actually already in Boston, and of course, the place.